Hello and welcome. We have a fun episode to talk about today. We have episode 49, Pipelines. I know that normally this is when the intro plays. I know most of you have already seen episode 50. Please do not listen to episode 50. Please do not spoil it for me. I'm so excited for it. Hoping to get it done, recorded at least within the next couple days. Maybe even tonight, and get it edited within the next couple days so it can go up too. Because I'd really like to go ahead and get 49, go ahead and get 50 done, and then have the rest of the hiatus that is after 50 for the rest of the year to make theories and stuff like that. But also, my son will be born soon, so you know that will delay some things. But we're going to be on break anyway, so there could still be some fun little stuff that comes out. But no, it's so excited for Magnus and the boy. But that's anyway. Episode 49, Pipelines. Our case number is CAT2RB C34551-170-72011-170-62024. Architecture Hubris. Plumbing Historical. Which is very interesting. Okay. I had the transcript out. Let me get back to my notes. Oh, there's so many things. Okay, this is kind of a simple episode in a lot of ways, right? There's not a lot of necessarily alchemy being brought up, and there's not a, hey, here's a creature or anything like that, but it does still follow through with what we've been talking about with Dread and what's going on there. It does follow through with a lot of information that is very good, and we get some good character beats. So Alice is back. She tried to get rid of the toy box multiple times that Heinrich gave her for Jack, and it just keeps coming back. She's tried to burn it. She's tried to throw it off into the Thames. It doesn't matter. It just keeps coming back. She gives it to Gwen, hoping that maybe Gwen can give it to Starkwall, and Starkwall can do something with it. However, Gwen, of course, is Gwen, and so by the end of this episode, we have the call with Starkwall. That doesn't go very well. I doubt the box is going to go anywhere, which means Celia is going to wind up with it. Jack's going to wind up with it, most likely. But also, Gwen. She's a Bouchard, right? Augustus was helping her. Now, I want to specify, I'm not saying Freddie was helping her, right? I'm not saying Freddie gave her that information or that Freddie gave her the things to be able to, the means to be able to uproot Lena and take her place. But Augustus, who most of us believe at this point to probably be Jonah's voice, is helping her. I think she thinks for the purpose of being strong, right? So she can be in charge and she can protect the system. I don't think that's why he's doing it at all. I think he's looking for another Bouchard to take. We are in full spoilers for Archives at this point. If you have made it this far and you don't know what I'm talking about, absolutely go back and listen to the entirety of the Magnus Archives first, because we got big tie-ins here. I say big tie-ins like Sam isn't literally in the Archives world right now, but that's not the point. Jonah, we believe to be Jonah, Augustus, right, for the sake of argument, gives Gwen a case about Elias Bouchard. There's some fun stuff in here. William Weddell had died on the property in 1792 and Elias Bouchard in 2011, though a lot of the emails, I believe, let me get the transcript back, but I was pretty sure a lot of the emails had 2012 on there for the date, or was it 2011? It's 2011. Okay, it's still 2011. I don't know why I thought they had 2012 on there, but no, it's still 2011. Emails from Jason Knight and Derek Saville. I believe Jason Knight specifically is who he's sending the emails to, because he keeps mentioning Jason. He also mentions Sebastian and says we don't have to bring Sebastian in on this yet, but Sebastian is not mentioned as to who that is. Elias's email was eliasgoeshard@hotmail.com. And there's something about Augustus saying lol and hey dude that just really got me. Those were really fun. Before we go any further into this, one of the big things that I try to do with these is not just give my theories and my opinions, right? But it's to help break things down that people may not understand, right? Not trying to say that I'm an authority or anything, or that I know more things than others, but in the process of making these, anytime there's a phrase that I may not recognize, or even a phrase that I do recognize but I want to know more about, I stop and I Google it, right? And I will spend research time to make sure I get it right, which is partly why they run a little late sometimes, right? I had no idea what Elias was talking about with Vespasianic energies, right? I don't know how long I went down like a mineral or a astrological thing. He's specifically talking about in the context of Rome, Vespasian, as in this has Vespasian vibes, or Vespasianic, as in during the reign of Roman Emperor Vespasian. Man, I didn't know. I was so confused. I don't know how long I spent trying to figure that out. But what he means by real side of power here is like ley energy, right? A shaman has come in, ley lines meet. However, this place that was going to be turned into Caesar's Well, a bathhouse in the middle of London, a Roman bathhouse in the middle of London. That's a plan, Elias. This place was not on the Strand Line, but was close to the Strand Line, right? It's semi-attached, but it's not at a ley convergence. And for anybody who doesn't know why ley lines are important, especially in Hermeticism, ley lines are a big thing, but in some astrology, some other... like Kabbalah has a few things with ley in it, and especially when it comes to alchemy that tied into trying to bind the Fae, ley lines were very important, because ley lines are, in a lot of teachings, not in all of them, but in a lot of them, ley lines are the lifeblood of the planet itself, right? The energy of the planet converging in a spot where two ley lines meet. What is a ley line? If you don't know, there are ley lines all over the place, right? Effectively. Let me get the exact definition here so that I don't throw this off with my own interpretation, but straight alignments drawn between various historic structures, prehistoric sites, and prominent landmarks. One of the big things with ley lines is that supposedly all the most important things of history meet and converge through ley lines, right? How true that is, I don't know. I did a lot of research for this, but I wasn't able to make sure that every single prominent landmark was actually attached to a ley line, right? That would be ridiculous. But there's a lot of ley lines, and a lot of teachings that rely on points where ley lines meet, right? Some alchemists would specifically try to do their alchemy in spots where ley lines meet. I live in the state of Texas, so to give you an idea based on, let me get the image up closer here, because my eyes don't work as well as they used to, and I can't wear my glasses while I'm recording because of the reflection. To give you a good example, the city of Austin, Texas, is just a little bit off. It's on a separate line, or some people would call a strand line, right? Though strand line could also mean the strand line, as in one specific line. But it is off of three major convergences in one spot, a little bit north and west of Austin. So that would be a big place for Druidism or anything like that. One of the big hot spots is off the coast of Florida. I don't know if you know anything about where the underwater steps are that are off the coast of Florida that was supposedly originally a rail line for some ancient alien trains. Look, if you believe in that, go for it. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just think why would they use stairs for that? But anyway, the point being, around where that's located is like a huge convergence for a bunch of ley lines. And so for some people, those are like the big thing. If you're not living on a convergence, then what are you doing? Especially if you're into charging crystals with like the energy of the earth or anything like that, ley lines are very important, right? So just wanted to mention that. And then another thing that was mentioned in here that you might not know about, I didn't know about beforehand, though I should have, they're beautiful, are the rock maps by John Rock. And oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. But effectively, they are maps written by John Rock over the course of many years. I think it was 10. But what do these have to do with ley lines? Some people say the ley lines were recorded on there as well, and that's what he was doing. He was trying to draw out a map of all the ley lines. To me, his map of London looks more like just a map of London, though it's very beautiful. But just wanted to mention that here. What does that have to do with alchemy and the rest of Magnus? Again, some alchemists would only do alchemy on ley lines because they believed that that enhanced the alchemy, specifically in the 4 steps, that would enhance them by induction charging, I guess, from the ley energy of the earth. But ley lines are fascinating. There's a lot of stuff in there's even stuff in like some of the versions of the King Arthur story that involve ley lines. So if it's something that you're curious about, you definitely should go look more into it. How true is it? I don't know. I've been on a couple places that were supposedly convergences of ley energy. I haven't personally felt anything, but maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know. That doesn't mean it's not true, right? I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, no, that's not correct, because I don't know. Maybe I'm just not attuned, but drink more water. It's good for you. But I just wanted to mention that. It's definitely something that I feel like probably doesn't matter for this statement necessarily, but a theory that was going through my head when he was first talking about it in this is, what if dread travels along the ley lines? That would be terrifying. Like, hey, you just step on a ley line and you've been infected with dread. Either way, he goes down, Elias does, into this hallway behind this door that they couldn't open before. In this hallway are these... also, there's buzzing in the walls, which is interesting. There's these motifs, all of this art of people and plants and animals merging into each other, one thing becoming another, right? That definitely feels like transmutation or transformation, right? That feels like alchemy might be involved. And one of the words used here is chimera, which is a big thing because a chimera was an alchemical fusion or a alchemical creation of 3 different things put together. Normally a lion, an eagle, and a snake, right? But sometimes it could be other things. So when he reaches the small door, he doesn't open it at first. He comes back later on, hoping to get Jason to come with him, and inside are pipes everywhere. They're hot to the touch. He scalds himself and then eventually gets trapped and is killed and crushed between these pipes. And there is some irony to the idea of Elias Bouchard dying to lead pipes when he used a lead pipe to murder Jürgen Leitner. I don't think that was on accident. That's all I'm saying. Gwen's lesson from that is you got to master the dread, not become a victim of it. Sure, I don't think this is going the way you thought it would, or the way that Augustus maybe thought it would. You're not mastering the dread by ticking off every external and shutting off Starkwall, which she does call Brett and basically shut him down. And of course, in typical American businessman policy, he deflects, acts like it's not their fault, and apologizes completely and sincerely. I'm so proud. Thanks, Brett. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Anyway, we also have Gwen sending Alice out, Alice meeting up with Celia again, them having a really nice moment where they actually hug, and it's all good. They're going to go find Sam. And that's where the episode kind of leaves, right? Starkwall's not coming to help. Gwen has shut them down. We're not renewing the contract. Alice and Celia are going to try and bring Sam back. Although what that will do to her, who knows? Augustus is trying to help Gwen Bouchard to advance, which worries me. And, yeah. Things are bad. Things are real bad. I'm positive the externals are going to show up. I'm positive that things are not going to go well. Somebody might die. It might be Gwen, but there's also a part of me that thinks that Augustus is going to steal Gwen's body, and we're going to have another... Jonah will be back, basically, is what I expect to happen now. Jonah Magnus will return, which would be really interesting if this is our Jonah, right? And then there's still the original Jonah Magnus from this world. That would be really interesting. If he's still hanging around somehow, but which he might be. Error, who knows? The archivist. Oh, there's so much, man. There's so much. The ley lines, Elias, Augustus. I feel like William Weddle, that's a name to remember. Something's going to happen there. And then Sebastian that was mentioned, something's going to happen there. But just, I'm so in. I love this series, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And until next time, I've been Trey. This has been The Full Spectrum. If I've missed anything, please let me know. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that Magnus has to offer.